Have you ever felt a sudden shift in how you see the world? A moment when everything seems different, yet nothing has changed. This feeling might be the start of a spiritual awakening. Today, we're going to explore what spiritual awakening feels like and how it can change your life in ways you never imagined. Spiritual awakening often happens when we least expect it. It's not always a dramatic event with flashing lights or earth-shattering revelations. Sometimes, it's a quiet change that sneaks up on us, slowly altering our perception of the world around us. This shift can be gentle like a soft breeze, or it can hit us with the force of a tidal wave. Either way, it marks the beginning of a profound change in how we understand ourselves and our place in the universe. One of the first signs of spiritual awakening is a heightened awareness of your surroundings. You might start noticing small details that you've overlooked before. The way sunlight filters through leaves, creating intricate patterns on the ground. The sound of birds singing in the early morning. The feeling of grass beneath your feet. These everyday experiences take on new meaning as you become more attuned to the world around you. This increased awareness extends beyond just physical sensations. You might find yourself feeling more connected to your environment and the people in it. Conversations seem deeper, more meaningful. You pick up on subtle cues in others' body language and tone of voice. It's as if you're seeing the world in high definition for the first time. As your awareness grows, you might start questioning beliefs you've held for a long time. Ideas that once seemed solid and unshakable suddenly appear flimsy and uncertain. This can be unsettling at first, but it's a natural part of the awakening process. You're opening yourself up to new perspectives and ways of thinking. This questioning isn't limited to big philosophical ideas. You might find yourself re-evaluating everyday choices and habits. Why do you do the things you do? Are your actions aligned with your true values? These questions can lead to significant changes in your life as you start making choices that feel more authentic and meaningful. Along with this questioning comes an increased sense of empathy. You start to understand others on a deeper level, seeing beyond surface-level differences to the shared human experience that connects us all. This heightened empathy can change how you interact with people, leading to more compassionate and understanding relationships. This growing empathy often extends beyond just humans. Many people who experience spiritual awakening report feeling a stronger connection to all living beings. You might find yourself moved by the plight of animals or feeling a deeper appreciation for nature. This expanded circle of compassion can lead to changes in lifestyle, such as adopting a plant-based diet or becoming more environmentally conscious. As your perspective shifts, you might notice a growing sense of inner peace. Things that used to cause you anxiety or stress don't seem as important anymore. You're able to step back and see the bigger picture, which helps you navigate challenges with more grace and ease. This inner peace doesn't mean you never experience negative emotions. In fact, you might find yourself feeling emotions more intensely than before. The difference is in how you respond to these feelings. Instead of being overwhelmed by them, you're able to observe them with a sense of detachment, understanding that they're temporary states that will pass. One of the most noticeable changes during spiritual awakening is a shift in how you experience time. Many people report feeling more present in their daily lives. Instead of constantly worrying about the future or dwelling on the past, you find yourself fully engaged in the current moment. This shift to present moment awareness can dramatically improve your quality of life. You might find more joy in simple activities, like eating a meal or taking a walk. Everyday tasks that used to feel like chores become opportunities for mindfulness and appreciation. As you become more present, you might also notice a change in your perception of time. Some people report that time seems to slow down or speed up in unusual ways. You might have moments where you feel completely outside of time, experiencing a sense of timelessness or eternity. Another common experience during spiritual awakening is a feeling of oneness or unity. The boundaries between yourself and the rest of the world start to feel less solid. You might have moments where you feel connected to everything around you, as if you're part of a larger whole. This sense of oneness can be profound and life-changing. It often leads to a deeper respect for all forms of life and a desire to live in harmony with the world around you. You might find yourself making choices that benefit the greater good, even if they require personal sacrifice. As your perspective expands, you might discover a renewed sense of purpose in your life. Activities that once seemed important might lose their appeal, while new interests and passions emerge. You start to see your life in the context of a larger picture, considering how your actions impact the world around you. This new sense of purpose often leads to significant life changes. You might feel called to change careers, start a new project, or dedicate yourself to a cause you believe in. These changes can be challenging, but they're driven by a deep sense of alignment with your true self. Many people report an increase in intuition during spiritual awakening. You might find yourself knowing things without knowing how you know them. This inner guidance can help you navigate decisions and challenges with greater ease and confidence. Learning to trust this intuition can be a process. Our rational minds often want concrete evidence before making decisions. But as you learn to listen to and trust your inner wisdom, you might find that it leads you to unexpected and rewarding places. Spiritual awakening can also bring about physical and emotional changes. Some people experience shifts in their energy levels or sleep patterns. You might find that you need less sleep than before, or that you have periods of intense energy followed by deep fatigue. Emotionally, you might experience a wider range of feelings with greater intensity. Joy might feel more joyful, while sadness might feel deeper. This emotional intensity can be overwhelming at times, but it's often accompanied by a greater ability to process and integrate these feelings. As you go through this process of awakening, you might feel a strong desire for authenticity in all areas of your life. You become less concerned with fitting in or meeting others' expectations, and more focused on being true to yourself. This drive for authenticity can lead to changes in your relationships. You might find yourself drawn to people who support your growth and drifting away from those who don't. You become more honest in your interactions, even when it's uncomfortable. The journey of spiritual awakening is not always easy. It can involve periods of confusion, doubt, and even fear. You might go through what's often called the dark night of the soul, a time of deep questioning and uncertainty. During these challenging times, it's important to remember that they're a natural part of the process. Just as a caterpillar must go through a period of dissolution in its cocoon before emerging as a butterfly, we too must go through periods of dissolution and reconstruction as we awaken. One of the challenges of spiritual awakening is integrating your new perspectives with your everyday life. You might feel like you're living in two worlds, the expanded awareness you've discovered and the mundane reality of daily responsibilities. Finding ways to bridge these worlds is an important part of the awakening process. This might involve finding practices that help you stay grounded, like meditation or spending time in nature. It might also involve finding ways to bring your new insights into your work, relationships, and daily activities. As you go through this process, you might find yourself drawn to spiritual or philosophical teachings. Concepts that once seemed abstract or irrelevant suddenly resonate deeply. You might explore different spiritual traditions, finding wisdom in unexpected places. However, it's important to remember that spiritual awakening is a deeply personal journey. While teachings and practices can be helpful guides, true awakening comes from your own direct experience. Trust your own insights, and don't be afraid to question even widely accepted spiritual concepts. One of the beautiful aspects of spiritual awakening is how it can change your relationship with yourself. Many people report feeling a deeper sense of self-love and acceptance. You start to see your flaws and mistakes not as failings, but as part of your unique human experience. This self-acceptance doesn't mean you stop trying to grow or improve. Instead, it provides a foundation of self-love from which genuine growth can occur. You're motivated not by self-criticism or a desire to be good enough, but by a genuine love for yourself and a desire to fully express your potential. As you awaken, you might find that your definition of happiness changes. External achievements and possessions become less important, while inner peace and meaningful connections take center stage. You start to find joy in simple moments and in being rather than doing. This shift can be confusing, especially if you've spent much of your life pursuing external markers of success. But many people find that this new form of happiness is deeper and more sustainable than what they experienced before. Spiritual awakening often brings a heightened awareness of the interconnectedness of all things. You start to see how your actions ripple out to affect the world around you. This can lead to a greater sense of responsibility and a desire to make positive changes in your life and in the world. This awareness can be both empowering and overwhelming. On one hand, you realize that your choices matter and that you have the power to make a difference. On the other hand, you become more aware of the suffering and challenges in the world, which can be difficult to bear. Many people report experiencing synchronicities during their spiritual awakening. These are meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random chance. You might think of someone and then immediately receive a call from them, or repeatedly see certain numbers or symbols. While these experiences can seem magical or mysterious, they're often seen as signs that you're in alignment with your path. They can provide encouragement and validation during times of doubt or uncertainty. As you awaken, you might find yourself naturally drawn to practices that support your growth. Meditation, yoga, journaling, or spending time in nature might become important parts of your routine. These practices can help you stay centered and continue to deepen your awakening. It's important to approach these practices with an open mind and a willingness to experiment. What works for one person might not work for another. Trust your intuition and be willing to try different approaches until you find what resonates with you. One of the most profound aspects of spiritual awakening is how it can change your relationship with death. Many people report a decreased fear of death and a greater acceptance of life's impermanence. This doesn't mean you welcome death, but rather that you're able to face it with greater equanimity. This shift often comes from a sense that your true self is something beyond your physical body. You might have experiences of feeling connected to something larger and more enduring than your individual life. This can bring a deep sense of peace and acceptance. As you go through the process of spiritual awakening, you might find that your relationships change. Some friendships might naturally fall away, while others deepen. You might be drawn to people who share your new perspectives, or who are on similar paths of growth. This can be a challenging aspect of awakening, especially if loved ones don't understand the changes you're going through. It's important to be patient, both with yourself and with others. Remember that everyone is on their own journey, moving at their own pace. One of the gifts of spiritual awakening is a deepened sense of gratitude. You might find yourself feeling thankful for things you previously took for granted: the air you breathe, the food you eat, the people in your life. This gratitude can bring a sense of richness and fullness to your everyday experiences. Cultivating gratitude can help sustain you through the challenges of awakening. Even during difficult times, you're able to find things to appreciate. This doesn't mean denying or suppressing negative feelings, but rather finding balance and perspective. As you awaken, you might find that your relationship with your body changes. Many people report feeling more connected to their physical selves, more aware of the signals their body sends them. You might become more intuitive about what foods your body needs or what kind of movement feels good. This increased body awareness can lead to positive changes in health and lifestyle. You might naturally gravitate towards healthier choices, not out of a sense of shoulder or obligation, but because you're more attuned to what truly serves your well-being. Spiritual awakening often brings a shift in how you perceive reality. You might have moments where the world around you seems dreamlike or illusory. This doesn't mean you think the physical world isn't real, but rather that you start to see it as a kind of play or dance of energy. This shift in perception can be disorienting at first, but many people find it ultimately liberating. It can help you take life less seriously and approach challenges with more lightness and humor. You might find yourself naturally becoming more creative. This doesn't necessarily mean you'll become an artist in the traditional sense, but rather that you'll approach life itself more creatively. You might find new solutions to old problems or see beauty in unexpected places. This increased creativity often comes from a greater ability to access your intuition and to think outside conventional boundaries. You become more willing to try new things and to express yourself in authentic ways. One of the challenges of spiritual awakening is learning to balance your expanded awareness with the practical demands of everyday life. You might have moments of profound insight or blissful connection, only to be brought back to earth by mundane responsibilities. Learning to bridge these two worlds is an important part of the awakening process. It's about bringing your spiritual insights into your daily life, allowing them to inform how you work, how you relate to others, and how you make decisions. As you go through this process of awakening, it's important to be patient and kind with yourself. Awakening is not a linear process. It often involves cycles of expansion and contraction, clarity and confusion. There may be times when you feel you've lost your way or fallen backwards. Fluctuations are a natural part of the journey. Each challenge you face is an opportunity for deeper awakening and growth. Trust the process and know that even the difficult times are serving your evolution. Spiritual awakening can bring a profound sense of freedom. As you let go of limiting beliefs and expand your sense of what's possible, you might feel a new lightness and spaciousness in your life. You become less bound by societal expectations or your own self-imposed limitations. This freedom doesn't mean you abandon all structure or responsibility. Rather, it's about choosing consciously how you want to live, aligned with your deepest values and insights. As you awaken, you might find that your sense of identity becomes more fluid. The rigid ideas you once held about who you are start to soften. You realize that you're not just your thoughts, emotions, or roles in life, but something more expansive and harder to define. This shift can be both liberating and unsettling. It's liberating because you're no longer confined to a limited self-concept. It can be unsettling because the familiar landmarks of identity are no longer as solid. Learning to rest in this more expansive sense of self is part of the awakening journey. One of the beautiful aspects of spiritual awakening is how it can deepen your appreciation for the mystery of life. You become more comfortable with not knowing, with the vast, unknowable aspects of existence. Rather than finding this frightening, many people discover a sense of wonder and awe in the face of life's mysteries. This openness to mystery can bring a childlike sense of curiosity and playfulness to your life. You become more willing to explore, to question, to remain open to possibilities you hadn't considered before. As you awaken, you might find that your relationship with nature deepens. Many people report feeling a stronger connection to the natural world, a sense of kinship with plants, animals, and the earth itself. You might find solace and renewal in spending time outdoors, feeling a deep resonance with the rhythms and cycles of nature. This connection with nature often brings a heightened concern for environmental issues. You might feel called to live in a more sustainable way or to work towards protecting the natural world. Spiritual awakening often brings a shift in how you understand and experience love. Love becomes less about possession or need and more about a state of being. You might find yourself able to love more freely and unconditionally, without the same expectations or attachments you had before. This doesn't mean you become perfectly loving overnight. Like all aspects of awakening, this is a process. But you might notice a gradual expansion in your capacity to love and connect with others. As you go through this awakening process, it's important to find ways to ground and integrate your experiences. This might involve practices like journaling, creating art, or talking with trusted friends. It's about finding ways to make sense of your experiences and to bring your insights into your everyday life. Spiritual awakening is not about escaping from the world, but about being more fully present in it. It's about bringing your expanded awareness into your relationships, your work, and all aspects of your life. Spiritual awakening is a profound and life-changing experience. It's a process of expanding your awareness, questioning your assumptions, and coming into deeper alignment with your true nature. While it can bring challenges, it also offers the potential for greater peace, love, and fulfillment. Remember that everyone's journey is unique. There's no one right way to experience spiritual awakening. Trust your own process and be open to the wisdom that emerges from your own direct experience. And above all, be kind and patient with yourself as you navigate this transformative process. As we come to the end, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Have you noticed any of these signs in your own life? Remember, spiritual awakening is not about reaching a final destination, but about continually opening to the wonder and mystery of existence. Wherever you are on your journey, know that each step is valuable and each experience is an opportunity for growth and deeper understanding.